Hi, Jasmine Crochetery here. Couple things. One, this is, I promise, the final part of this advent calendar, so this is the last time you will see it here, thankfully. And two, a couple of my fingernails, the middle one specifically, the nail polish chipped off. So I'm currently repainting them as I'm doing the intro and such, so as they get darker throughout the video, that'll be why. So let's just get into it. It's the final week of the advent calendar. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is episode or part 4, I believe. So there are 3 other parts that you can go and watch up on YouTube. I believe by the time this one releases, there will be a playlist dedicated to just making an advent calendar. But I wanted to make an advent calendar for my entire family to enjoy throughout the month of December rather than just Christmas itself. I'm not a big Christmas person, but I was like, I thought this would be a really fun idea. And I like advent calendars because it's like a fun little surprise each day, but most advent calendars are usually trash. So I was like, I'm going to make one that I know that has something in it that they're going to like each day, you know? So the time of me filming this, it is December 2nd actually. So my family has already opened day 1. They're going to open day 2 later. My voice is going out. Because I have to leave the house for a bit to run some errands for a few hours, so they're not going to open it until I get home, because I told them that was one of the rules, was that I had to be here when they opened their day package, or else, you know, why did I spend all that time doing it if I wasn't going to see their faces whilst doing it? Like, that would ruin the point. But yeah, so that was one of the rules. But again, if you don't know whatever the heck I'm talking about, I made an entire advent calendar for my family. Some of the items were purchased, some of them were crocheted, and a majority of them were crocheted because that was like the whole fun of it, was everything was something I made that they either asked for throughout the year, they asked for last year at the end of Christmas, and it was like, Christmas is over, why are you asking me for this? Or just something that I thought that they would enjoy around the house, or like fun activities and such. So the first day I actually made it be the tree basket, which you can see in episodes 1 and 2. And my mom loved it. The kids were very confused of like, this sucks. They were not loving day 1 because I think they realized that not everything was going to be specifically for them, which it's like, yeah, that's kind of the point. There are some days that specifically have people's names on it, if they're specific gifts that I did purchase, but they're not having it so far. At least not for day 1. I don't think they're gonna like day 2 much better, because day 2 is the tree skirt, which I believe is in week 2 and week 3, which are like bits and pieces of it being started. And then I believe this episode has the final finish version, because I believe it was one of the last things that I made. Some of the bigger things were things that I was finishing up within this week, so that would be why. And if you want to see the entire Crocheted Advent calendar, I'm not going through it in this video because it is past my due date now, you know? It is all wrapped. They're already all placed around the Christmas tree for them to open up each day. So if you want to see everything, I would suggest you watch the first 3 parts. If you want to skip some of the videos, because I understand, you would just need to watch week 2's or part 2's, which shows everything that I made week 1 and week 2. And then episode 3 you'd have to watch because I didn't include them within this video, and then episode 4, which is the one you're watching now, because everything in this video is not included in the other ones. I guess a good traction to get you watching the other ones. Just because I don't have a full video. Maybe I'll put like each video, like all 4 of them in like one video sitting if people really want that. I feel like that's a lot of me rambling, and I definitely would not prefer to see longer quality videos. Like, longer formats is not my thing personally, so I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, so basically the way that the rest of this video is going to work is I'm going to stop rambling. My nails are almost done painting now. Obviously, sorry for the little jumps. I just have to run soon, so I don't have time to do this afterwards and film this beforehand. So the way the rest of the video is going to work is you're going to see a couple short clips of me. I think they're like 30 seconds to a minute each, of me showing. That sounds like a train somewhere. I apologize if you hear that. I'm not entirely sure. Some sort of large vehicle or train is going nearby. So again, apologies if you hear it. but like 30 seconds to a minute clips of me showing the item and then just quickly wrapping it. There is one of the clips where I explain, which I'll let myself do that when it gets to it. For some of the bigger items, I wrapped small boxes as like, one, saving wrapping paper, two, saving my time because I did this on the 29th, which was the last day that I pretty much had, and doing it for three like optical illusion type things where it's like the box is this big but it's a huge blanket that they're actually getting that day. I feel like it's just something fun, like more fun, you know, hype it up a little bit. I'm not gonna do an outro. I mentioned doing an outro in one of the videos. I'm just gonna let the video play out. I'm not gonna worry about making an outro because what else would I say in it, you know? I will add just really quick that I will put up a community posting by the time this video is up of the Christmas tree, like around the Christmas tree, all of the day presents. And maybe at the end of each week, I will do an update on how much they loved or hated it if you guys are like curious. That would depend on if you guys want to see something like that. So if you do, let me know in the comments down below, or maybe like the video, and then I'll know that people want to see more of like the reactions. If not, I'm not gonna mention them at all anymore past this point. I'm just glad that this video did get done. I did do it all on time for the most part, minus the blankets. We gonna work on those in our off time. Obviously, I want to get more content out for you guys that are not about the advent calendar. Unfortunately, a good chunk of them will probably be in the same limits still, just because that is like what I have at the moment. Is just going to be content that I have available that I can make easily, which would be testing out some new yarns that I have. I want to do the star blanket challenge, which was big when I was in my absent break, of like making it in like a 6-day blanket. And I'm like, you know, I like challenging my blankets. I do it usually once a year, specifically in winter. I find a video that claims make this blanket in this amount of time, and then I try it. So I think that's the video I'm doing this year for my challenge blanket video. There's a couple videos of just using up yarns I can do, a couple more videos of patterns that I've never tried that I can do. I want to start a few series of me making every pattern from a single person. So specifically, let's just say me, for example. I have a couple of free patterns up on YouTube. I would make every pattern that I posted, and it would be like a fun little series of making every single one. I know that there's a couple of names that I would like to do. If there's a specific crocheter that you see, there's that truck again, apologies. If there's like a specific person that you like watching, or that you like the patterns of, or you like them but you're like, maybe they're not that great, and you're just like waiting for like an honest review of the pattern itself before you purchase it, I will be the guinea pig. I feel like that would be fun to go through a single person's all of the patterns that they offer. I feel like it would be a fun little thing. Something I've also always wanted to do is to get a couple, like, I have a good chunk of video ideas. I'm gonna stop rambling about them because that's not what this video is about. This is what I'm saying, is I don't want a long form content of just me rambling. I'm gonna make myself stop. I'm gonna let Past Jasmine roll all the clips for everything that I made for this advent calendar. You'll see it again. If you're curious to look at everything, you can go check out the community posting under my channel now, and you'll see the picture of it there. If you want updates, let me know. I'm gonna stop rambling. Bye, guys. Not sure what order I'm putting the clips in first. I might put this one first just because it's gonna be the first one in my camera roll. But I got the couch caddy done. So this part would fling over the couch, and there are two small pockets here. So now I get to wrap it up. Back here again. Here's a little update. I have this little tree done. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I did a amount of pom-poms everywhere, and you can see a little bit of styrofoam on the bottom. I'm going to paint the bottom brown so it looks like the stump, but because I have to paint it, I can't wrap it, and because I need this done today and I'm out of brown paint, here's what I'm thinking. So I conveniently just had like this gift bag still from a present that I received at once upon a time, so I'm just gonna put the tree in here, and I'm just gonna put like some tissue paper on top, and I'm just gonna put a piece of paper on it that has the day's listing, and because I didn't get to finish 2 of them like I originally wanted to, I got these small little perfume samples from Sephora as like part of like a free thing in my like packages. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. If not, it's not really important. But they're just little bottles, and I was gonna stick them in my mom's stocking as little stocking stuffers. But just because there's only one thing, I'm going to wrap these up and just stick them in the bag so it's like a little bit more, and then I'll just get something else for her stocking. This day is going to be a little bit janked because day 20, yeah, is the day of the blanket, and I'm not going to wrap this entire giant blanket because I don't have the time, frankly. Again, filming this on the 30th. And 2, that's a lot of wrapping paper, and I don't want to pay for that much wrapping paper either. So here's what I'm gonna do. I took a random small piece of paper and I just wrote check on mommy's bed, so that way when the kids open it, they'll run upstairs in like full excitement to go see what's up there. And I'm just gonna stick the paper in a crappy old McDonald's toy box because they're children, so there was just a bunch of like little old toys lying around. So I grabbed this box, threw the note in, and I'm gonna close it up and I'm gonna wrap this. Got this yellow bow done, which makes day 15 complete and finishes pretty much everything that was necessary to crochet, minus the blankets, but you'll hear more about that in the outro.